And we are live. It's your boy, King Josiah, aka, well, just formerly known as Josiah Willis. I am here alongside my brothers, my family, my friends. We have first, Judge, call me Monte, aka King Gigawatt, aka you can try him, but you cannot. Beezy. And we have my homie, Rel.
This guy.
Terrell, Machine Gun Relly, Kelly, have you want to call him, okay? This
This
is
dude is
Rel
wild, bro. Something wrong with him.
Riley. And this is the live outlet, you guys. We is here. We're gonna just do a little talking, a little chatter, you know what I mean? If we address any topics, we might address a topic, we might not. However, it's gonna be done. We free flowing, okay? We is free flowing today. So here we are. But before we go right here and get into everything, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share it amongst your family, amongst your friends, those who like you, those who do not like you, anywhere, any and everywhere, okay? But we is here, the live outlet, LYVE outlet.
All right.
Real?
Yeah. Side note, this cheesecake is kicking, bro. What?
What cheesecake you in?
I got a slice of cheesecake from Giant Eagle.
Oh, nice.
For everybody
I
who
got fire.
Giant Eagle is an Ohio grocery store.
Yeah, it is, right.
I've heard of it.
Ohio and Pittsburgh grocery store. I'm going to say that.
Yeah, whatever.
You never been to Giant Eagle?
Mm-mm. I've heard of it, though, but I've never been to one.
You never been to Giant Eagle? What grocery store y'all got?
Kroger's.
For real?
Yeah, we got Kroger's and Walmart and stuff like that. But no, I've never been to a Giant Eagle. I've been to Cheesecake Factory, but that's about it.
Man, you make it a Giant Eagle, bro. It ain't nothing but a big eagle in the middle of the store.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, bro. Everybody goes like to the Eagle to just get whatever they need. Just
So you gotta do is type it in. If you type it in, they got like one of those big screen joints. And if you type it in, it comes down to what's them little joints like when you put your groceries on the thing in the aisle. What's those? And then move to the register. What's
yeah.
that thing called?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Bro, it has no name, but I know what you're talking
Yeah, it don't got no name. Yeah, but that's what it is. You type in like, let's say I want to get a can of corn. You type it in on the corn, it come on the conveyor belt. It come on the conveyor belt down to you, so you don't really got to go to the store to actually get it out.
Yeah, the Eagle,
I
bro.
can't believe you never been here before. You really never been to Giant Eagle?
Mm-mm.
Man, they got like some of the joints in the vegetable aisle. They got stuff in eggs.
That's crazy. Yeah, I've never been to one. I'm never.
Really?
Yeah.
You do have the membership though, Sam's Club. Like when you go
Keep
to
going.
like it's a membership, but like one of the requirements is you have to come in and worship the Eagle if you want to get a discount.
For you? No, you
I
don't.
said keep it going. I said keep it going. I said keep it going.
Is this a grocery store, Josiah?
It's just a grocery store, bro. I'm like, what?
Hey,
He really don't know? I'm like, real. All right, go ahead. We about to piggyback off this. This man about to be a spaceship before you know it. This grocery store about to be something. I'm like, yo, all the aisles got eggs in them. You got to crack the eggs open to get this stuff. Yo, this dude, bro.
nah, I'm not here
That
for
was
that.
hilarious, bro. That was hilarious.
Y'all always be getting me, bro. Y'all know
Every
I'm
time.
Yeah,
Every time.
take your age for granted, bro. I
Yep.
mean, we take advantage of it.
21, 21, 21.
20,
Mm-mm. I'm 22.
22, 22.
But it's 22, 22.
Yeah. 22, 22, 22.
I'm like 33, 33, 30, 33,
32,
33.
32. Man.
Bad Boys 4 is coming out soon, you guys. Y'all ready?
Rush
No.
Hour 4 coming out too.
Huh?
Rush Hour 4?
Yeah, Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan revealed it on Facebook.
Come on.
Hey, bro, I'm happy about that. I'm super happy about that.
Hey, wait.
Yep.
Hold on real quick. So going back to Bad Boys, right?
Yes, sir.
How do y'all feel about how do y'all feel about how Chris Rock responded finally
Oh shoot.
to the smack? I heard that Will Smith was highly upset.
Oh, you didn't see it?
I seen the Chris Rock, but I heard Will Smith was upset. I didn't see like no clip.
Oh, he was ticked. Will was
Y'all
ticked.
want me to
But
present
he's
it?
I said Will was ticked. I don't know why he was upset though. He deserved every clip of that.
what did he say?
Well,
Do
he
y'all
got
want me to
a
present the video?
yeah,
Give me a second.
yeah. Will got a short film. He got a short video too.
Okay. Is it
Yeah,
the
he was
one
kind of
where it says 12:11?
uh wait 12:11. That's old.
There's a 12:11 minute video of it, and then you got a 6 minute video.
Do the 6 minute. It might be the 6 minute joint.
Start a 6 minute video and see and post this up so we can get a good conversation about how we really feel regarding this. Give me 1 second. Okay, present. Let's get it. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Stop playing, bro. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we get from this one. All right, so this is Chris Rock hitting back at Will Smith live in front of the live outlet and also in front of you guys too. Here we go.
No, we seen that. I thought you were talking about the response.
This is the response, right?
No, Will Smith
No,
responded.
that's Chris Rock. We talking about Will Smith's response.
Oh no!
So
I
what
didn't
Chris
see
Rock
that
said.
response. Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah.
So it's right here. This
Will
is
Smith
short.
is finally opening up about Chris Rock's Netflix special coined the selective outrage, after which the comedian finally let out how he felt a year after the slap heard around the world at the Oscars.
And people like, did it hurt? It still hurts. I got summertime ringing in my ears.
According to
Oh
ET
my
Online,
God.
quoting a source close to Will Smith, Will Smith said he is outraged, hurt, and embarrassed by what Chris Rock said about him, further adding, "I'm shocked Netflix will give him a platform to attack me and my family with such provocative words."
I didn't have any entanglements.
Oh my god.
I didn't think y'all would see that.
The source further spills out that Will Smith is embarrassed and hurt by what the comedian said about him and his family during the special, where also Chris referenced the cheating rumors surrounding Will and his wife Jada Pinkett Smith and August Alsina in 2020. As Will Smith also maintained he was disgusted by this attack from
Why
Rock,
do his
he
eyes
wants
like
Chris
that,
Rock
bro?
and himself to move on as Will Smith has treated and worked. Will Smith is
Bro, where's Will Smith?
Alrighty. Say that again.
Where's Will Smith? I'm over thinking like Will Smith has like an actual video of
He
himself.
does. He does. Unless somebody created it. It was on Facebook.
It's on Facebook through his
Yeah.
account. Let me see.
I don't know if it was I don't think it was on his account. I think somebody probably shared it
Okay.
or whatever he said.
Let me see. Do you know who the somebody is? Because I don't know if I can
No,
get
heck
that.
no. This happened the day that I seen it the day that it came out.
Okay.
So that's why that Netflix joint been out for about what 2-3 weeks now.
I feel bad for Will Smith, bro.
I do
Yeah.
too. Because Will Smith is in a situation he don't want to get out of
Yeah.
Yep.
that he should have been getting out of. He should listen to the podcast we did the other day. To be for real, to be frank,
Yeah.
What podcast?
the one about the marriage.
A little too late, huh?
Still a little too late.
It's
Yeah, it's a
way
little too late now.
Bruh. I really feel bad for Will because it's like, yo, I think you said it best. Like he can't get out of this, man. Like it's like an ever-ending or everlasting nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
he really did. And the respect that I give Will Smith is that he acknowledged it. Like he was out of pocket, but then he acknowledged his mistake and he didn't do it again either. Like he really was sorry about it. But now it's just lingering, bro, and he can't escape.
Yeah, it ain't gonna go nowhere.
Yeah, but this is why I feel bad for him. I remember some time ago, I think 2020 or 2021, he had this documentary on YouTube. I forgot what it was called, but it was about his life and how stressed out he
Oh yeah, when he was swimming in the water and all that stuff, doing all that. Yeah,
I remember this.
I
Yeah,
remember
I
that.
remember that.
Yeah, bro. So like, just to know how much stress he dealt with and bottled in and tried to work through and get therapy about. Like, obviously, I feel like a lot of that had to do with what happened at the Oscar, and the fact that I believe his trauma was the reason why he did what he did
Hmm.
and escape the repercussions. It's just,
Yeah,
yeah, it's sad, bro.
it is.
Yeah, it makes him look bad. It makes him look bad, and he will never probably get away from having a reputation that looks bad. But he isn't a perfect. I hope I don't upset many people when I say this. I'm not saying what Will Smith did, what he did towards Chris Rock last year was right. I'm not saying that at all. But at the same time, he's a human being, and I feel like most people sometimes tend to forget that because we look at these celebrities as being larger than life, and they can never do anything wrong, and they're so perfect, and you want to be like them, so you idolize them, you worship them at their feet. And the sad reality is, they're just like you.
Talk that talk.
But we forget that. We oftentimes tend to forget that. The same thing with Chris Rock, the same thing with Jada Pinkett, the same thing with your favorite rappers, your favorite athletes. Every single body is human. We're not, these people are not alien people. They're not ghosts. They're not different creatures from a different planet. These are actual human beings who grew up just like you, who I was fed with a silver spoon or not fed with a silver spoon and grew up poor.
Mm-hmm.
So when Will Smith comes to a situation, and I've also heard things along lines like when he did Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like having to channel being silly and funny all the time so that his dad would not hurt his mom, not abuse his mom.
Yeah.
Like real things happen like that. And he would act out and he would be different on screen. But nobody would know personally Will Smith's father was doing things in a wrong sense.
Yeah.
So even when you think about scenes like with him hugging, Uncle
Phil?
Uncle Phil, that that scene right there, regardless if that scene may have been realistic to him or not, because I'm not sure if he actually went through that. I don't think he's gone through a deadbeat father. The fact of the matter is, he had to channel real life emotion with that. And yes, it is acting. Yes, it's performance art. Yes, it has to be taken seriously. But also understand, it is a therapy for some of these guys. Will Smith, call him corny all you want, call him fake, call him this, call him that, whatever. The fact of the matter is, this guy is real, and he has real feelings, and he knows at the end of the day if something's going to trigger what's going on because him and Jada are not in a perfect scenario. Keep in mind he's acting out, and he probably still has moments where he acts out. But he's not going to show it to the public because now, if he does, let's cancel Will Smith. Let's go towards Twitter and go for cancel culture and cancel Will Smith.
I don't even think it's possible to cancel Will Smith, to be honest.
It's just too late.
No.
Yeah, I don't think you could cancel him. I mean,
you can't
he got
cancel
too
Will
many
Smith.
movies.
Why? He has the
He got
Bel-Air
too many
show,
movies.
bro.
He got too many movies. He's too much. Like Bad Boys 4. Bad Boys 4 is still going to sell like hotcakes, just like that last movie he just did sold out like hotcakes. Like at the end of the day, you can't stop him. Will Smith is Will Smith, and he's going to forever be Will Smith. You know what I mean? So he's definitely going to go through what he goes through as far as like, you know what I'm saying, emotionally and things of that nature. And people could try to tear him down, but at the same time, that's Will Smith, bro. We're going to still keep getting jiggy with it. It's still going to be Men in Black. It's still going to be all that. They're not going to stop him. They can't stop him.
Yeah.
Now, somebody who can get canceled out would be Jada Pinkett. She can get canceled out because she never had a name as big as Will's. Ever. Yeah, like Will Smith, like when you speak of Will Smith, you talking about top 2, or maybe the top 3 of the best movie people ever. As far as actors is concerned, they might put Will Smith at top 2 or top 3. He might be up there with Jamie Foxx and Denzel Washington. You know what I mean? Like people will put him there. Like, yo, Denzel Washington, Will Smith, Jamie Foxx might be the 3 best black actors ever. So there's nothing that he can do. Like, of course, they're upset about the Jada Pinkett thing, but people are also understanding who Jada Pinkett is.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and Jada Pinkett is kind of similar to what me and Rail was talking about when we talk about marriages and stuff like that. Things that you need to avoid and things of that nature. And she was, you know what I'm saying? When you seen when that situation happened, when she cheated with August Alsina, you see that she had a full blown interview with this cat on her show live. Made him look stupid live on TV.
Mhm.
Me personally, if I was him, I would have never went on the show. But at the same time, she put her husband down in front of everybody. Who wants to be married to that?
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
she was the person, when she was the person who cheated, she gonna go on TV. How did you feel when I slept with when I slept with him or with the dude that she cheated with? Like, how did you feel? What was your emotions? Like, come on, bro, for real?
And then you also gotta have to factor in too, BZ, to your point, like when Jay ever talks about Tupac, to this day, when she talks about Tupac, she cries. She not only
Right.
cries with Pac, she reminisces on the memories she had with Pac. And then I never forget when him and Martin Lawrence were promoting Bad Boys 3. I'll never forget this interview. And it was you can watch it on the Breakfast Club on YouTube. And he was asked how does it make him feel, and he said like I think he says he hates. I don't know if he says he hates Pac, but he says he's jealous of Pac for sure because of who Pac's status was as a rapper and his importance to the hip hop community and of course to the world. But when you look at him, he's not being talked in that same light, and it bothers him. So things like that, of course, really takes really good issue with.
Yeah, I get it.
It's crazy,
I
man.
get it.
I once again, my heart goes out to Will Smith. I love him. I love Chris Rock. Yes, I know what Chris Rock he shouldn't have brought up about Jada in that scenario. And once again, it's not like it wasn't his first time. There's a video of him actually talking about Jada from years prior of that, saying the same
Yeah.
thing, but in a different matter. So
But that's what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
the power of the Jezebel spirit is the reason why Jada Pinkett did what she did, which caused Will Smith to do what he did.
Mm-hmm.
That's the facts. If Will Smith standed on what he standed on, he would have just laughed and giggled like he did. But as soon as she looked at him, she took all control and became his god, and he decided to get up and actually respond based off of what she just did. When he was clearly just laughing at the same joke
Yeah. Oh yes,
that he
he was.
went up there and smacked her for. That's when you allow the woman to have all types of power over you, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
what happened.
now, I don't know what Will Smith and Jada Pinkett talks about when they laying down in the bed at night, going to sleep.
Right.
I don't know if Jada Pinkett cried to him and said, I'm really insecure about my hair. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I don't know if it literally struck a nerve because Will Smith is a funny person, man. He probably heard the joke and was like, ha, 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 that's my guy. He being funny. Then looked at his wife and probably was reminded on how insecure she is.
Yep.
That's true too.
You feel what I'm saying? But then at the same
That's
time,
true too.
with the emotional trauma that he has, the stress he deals with, it was probably like, can I say, like not knowing what to do with the feeling.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? And so I'm saying this to say, like, yes, Jada Pinkett probably gave him the eye, and he was brainwashed, or however you want to say it, and then got up and did what he did and called it a spirit. That is very well may be true. Or he probably was like, "Yo, like I gotta defend my wife because
Yeah.
I'm already out."
I'm fighting. Yeah, I'm fighting for her
Yeah.
love.
But exactly, bro, because
Yeah.
Yep.
she done already been with somebody else. And now, this man is half my age. I'm over here 50 something years old.
Yeah.
I need to show
Uh huh.
that I'm still that guy. And he just did it
Yep.
the wrong. You
That's
know
a
what I mean?
fact. Yep. Yeah, I agree with that. Fighting for her love. Fighting for her love. Hear how she talks about Tupac. Hear how she cheated with this cat and whatever. He's still trying to fight for his marriage or fight to get, you know what I'm saying, whatever he had before from her back. Some type of
Yes.
deal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah, I
people
get
don't.
it. It's a lot of. So a lot of people that probably would have did that, but everybody said that they wouldn't do it after they seen Will do it.
I remember reading up on
But it's a
comments.
lot of people that don't know if it would have happened.
Yeah, I remember reading up on comments. I'm not sure if it was through Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, but they were all just negatively directed at Will. It was like Chris.
Of course.
If Chris was made fun of, it was made fun of, and the fact that he didn't do anything. But what could he really do? It would have been unprofessional for him to do something as well. It would make him look really, really bad, right? Both of them in a scenario. But people were calling out Chris for not doing much of anything. He should have hurt Chris. He should have punched Will. And then people were calling out Will for being, they call him the B word and call him a punk and made fun of him and said he a sissy and all sorts of stuff like that. And I was saying to myself, like, you people are not getting it. Y'all not understanding like why he did what he had to do. Yes, he shouldn't have done it publicly. Maybe they probably could have had a fight backstage and everyone would have had known about that. But regardless of what had happened, you knew at that moment in time it happened. It just did. After he got done with hitting Chris, he told him keep his mouth talking about keep his name. Keep Jay's name out of his
wife's name out of his mouth.
Yeah, his wife's name out of his mouth. He meant that. He said he had to say it twice to reassure him. Hey, don't you dare
keep my wife.
They said after that situation, Denzel Washington and Tyler Perry talked to him on the side.
Yeah, and then Will Smith got back up on that stage, and he did one of the most. He pretty much like how in wrestling terms we say cut promo. That guy delivered one of the best speeches I've heard from him. Talking about I think he won an award for best actor, given his role for the film based on Venus and Serena.
It was his first Oscar
for King Richard. Yeah. He won it for King Richard.
Yeah, it was his first. It was his first Oscar ever.
Great movie, by the way, which is funny to me that he won an Oscar for that. That's crazy.
No, that movie was very good. He should have had way more Oscars than that.
He should have won an Oscar for other films too.
Facts. Ali, I can keep going. He had a lot of them.
7 pounds. Concussion.
7 pound facts. Yeah, he had a lot of them.
I think that's that for Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness. That's my personal.
Yeah. Come on, bro.
He had a lot of them.
The Wild Wild West.
Men in Black 1, 2, and 3.
The Wild Wild West.
Independence Day.
I don't know about Men in Black or Wild Wild West, but Independence Day maybe that one.
All the Men in Black was fire. All of them. I don't think you would have got an Oscar for them though.
No.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't get.
See, those are the films that everybody goes, "Oh, he's corny. He cannot act." And I'm just like,
Men in Black.
Those are the films where people go, "He's corny."
Who can't act?
Will can't act when he does Men in Black.
Enemy of the State and Independence Day was already out before that, so they couldn't even say that. They just was saying that. They was just like he could pretty much do whatever he wanted to because Enemy of the State and Independence Day was already out, and he already was labeled as dang near the best actor out besides Denzel when he did those two.
Facts.
So other than that, can't start saying anything outside of that. They definitely hate it. They just talking.
It's due to the comedic stuff. Whenever you do anything as comedic, people don't want to take you seriously whenever you try to approach a serious film. But Will is
right.
Known the greatest to ever do it. So it's like he keeps living up to expectations. It's gotten to the point now where I can't take no one seriously telling me that he's not great. He's not one of the best actors or one of the greatest actors of all time. He's up there. He's a GOAT.
Oh yeah, that's GOAT talk.
Yeah,
Will
for
Smith
sure.
is definitely GOAT talk.
Denzel's my favorite actor. But even with Will Smith, like there's things that Will Smith can do that Denzel would not do. And it's like, okay, that's cool. It's just his lane.
Yeah,
that's the lanes, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fact.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. But much love to Will, bro. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And prayers for him and his family. And I don't want to say him and Jay needs to get a divorce, but they definitely
Will just need to. Will need to do exactly what Rail said. Will need to do exactly what Rail said. get his relationship with God right, and make sure he's straight. Because if this ain't where he's
Yeah,
supposed to be, then he need to get up out of there.
I agree. I
It's just
agree.
that simple.
Anytime you put something in God's spot, like it'll always let you down, bro.
Yep.
And I'm
Jack
not
you
saying
up.
like that's what Will make. Yeah, man. Like I'm not gonna say that that's what Will did. I don't know the man, so I speak lightly on all of this stuff. But
Right.
just the Bible said that you'll know fruit. So, like just looking at
Right.
like his kids, what he allowed in his. I'm like I can't say that God was first in his life, man.
Can't say that at
So
all, bro.
yeah, hopefully, if facts, bro. So it's like I hope he get right with God, and if getting right with God causes him to leave his wife, then so be it, bro.
Yeah.
Like I just want to
So
see a
be it.
black king win.
Facts.
I hate seeing
All
Will
I care
like this.
about.
He's too great. Too great. Oh, and before we end this segment, I want to say this. Even though Will had it coming to him from Chris Rock, as from a believer standpoint, Chris Rock did not respond correctly. That ain't how
No,
you handle a dispute.
no.
You feel what I'm saying? So like, I'm not saying
Right. That's definitely
I'm
not.
just speaking on like how we handle things, because we look at the situation and see Chris Rock as the hero. Chris Rock did something even worse than
Yeah,
what Will Smith did. You feel what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Right.
I am not funny, no pun intended. But the Bible says that if somebody smacks you on your left cheek,
Yeah.
turn to
That's a fact.
What was this? What was the rest? I didn't follow it.
if somebody smacks you on your left side of your cheek, you turn to give them the right side to smack the other side. So what Christ is saying is, like, don't have a vengeful attitude towards people who do you wrong, bro.
Yeah.
And he said, vengeance is mine. So a lot of people would respond like Chris Rock, but that's not biblical, man. I think that what Chris Rock did tore down Will Smith worse than what Will Smith tore down Chris Rock, because words are powerful. I would rather get smacked, feel that pain, move on, than to have somebody say what they said about me, like what Chris Rock said, and have to live with that, and people talk about it, and then they replay it, and then I got to deal with my own insecurities. Like Chris Rock tore Will Smith down with his words, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it because it's probably too late, but you see that Netflix edited that whole part out.
They did.
So if you go and watch it on if you go watch it on the Chris Rock segment on that show, that whole Will Smith disc is gone. But since everybody already screen recorded it, that's why it's out.
Yeah.
Because
Jeez.
Netflix, because Chris Rock did it live. Netflix didn't see that coming. If Netflix seen that coming, they would have never did it.
Yeah.
That's why when Will Smith was like, "I'm surprised they let him do it," I'm like, because they didn't know it was literally live. This was the first time somebody did streaming live off Netflix.
Wow. Oh, literally, I never heard of that.
It
Wow.
was it wasn't like oh Chris Tucker is loading up something on such and such a day. No, 10 o'clock p.m. Chris Rock is on there live, streaming live from Netflix. So anything that he's saying right now is coming off live right now.
Ain't nothing, bro.
Yeah, so that's why the end segment got chopped off. That's why I think personally Chris Rock waited till the end to do it. Because if he would have did that earlier, they probably would have kicked him off as live.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Because
funny
if you go
too.
back and listen to it now, it's not on there.
I believe
That
you.
that part is not on there. The whole everything else he did was funny. It was on there, but the part when he started talking about Will, it's not on there no more. It's gone.
Here's another interesting note. Will is going to be banned from going to the Oscars for 10 years.
Yeah, I've
For
seen that coming.
10 years, bro. That's a decade.
He gonna be
Yeah, I've seen that coming.
what?
He's banned. He's banned
Yeah.
from attending the Oscars.
How old is he?
He's
I
what
don't know.
is
Like
early
50 something.
50s?
I want to say early. Yeah, probably like 55, 54, something like that.
10 years, bro. I'm gonna be freaking in my 40s.
I'll be in my 50s when he can't go back. But
Me in
this is
my
my thing.
30s.
Even if he can't go back, that don't mean he can't win no Oscar. He just can't go sit in the seats.
You better talk. He probably gonna go hard now.
Oh
Yeah, he just can't sit in the seats. But
He already doing
I mean, that's fine.
a film where he doing like something based on emancipation, I think, proclamation or something.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying. I'm like, man, Will Smith is gonna be all right at the
Yeah,
end of the day.
he'll be good. Plus, he got his Bel Air show too.
Yeah, well, he ain't got no connects to that. You know that, right?
Oh, he don't.
No,
I thought he's he executive produced that.
no. He has no connect to the Bel Air show.
I thought he did
Wow.
because he the one that cast the
Google it.
dude into the show.
Google it. Nah, bro. Google it. He has no connection with that
I
show.
saw a video of it. I saw a video of him casting the
Yeah,
dude.
no, he has no connection with the Bel Air show, bro, at all.
That's
That's
crazy.
why the storyline has changed the way it's changed. He has nothing to do with that.
But his name is Will.
I could have sworn I saw him do a video where he had the actor in the show where he talked with the actor and the actor.
No, he probably talked with the actor, but he didn't talk with him as far as picking him to actually be a part of the show because they made a show. Like, no,
No, I
he
literally saw a
wasn't.
video of him actually saying he is hired to play him in the show.
No, Will Smith ain't hiring nobody for that Bel Air show. He didn't make that Bel Air
I
show.
saw a video of it, bro. I'm not trying.
I'm about to
I'm not
Google it right now and show it to you. You can put it on the screen right now. I'm trying to tell you that's not true.
Okay. I'm not trying to
He ain't
debate.
got no joint.
Huh?
I'm about to send it to you right now.
Okay. Through message.
Oh, why does this have a code on here? My other
Both
phone
of
got a
y'all
code
wrong.
on it now.
Both of us what?
Both of y'all wrong. You know who produced it?
You.
God did.
God, dude.
God.
God did. Won't nobody be here without God. Oh shit, my God, Jesus.
That boy said, he said,
I'm done.
that's hilarious.
God did.
God.
Bro, I was like, yeah, it's created by Andy Browitz and Susan Browitz. Yeah.
I could have sworn I saw a video with him and Will Smith together. Where he was like basically saying, congratulations, you got the role and blah blah blah. And he's all like, oh man, I'm honored and blah 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 blah. But maybe I was watching something else. I don't know. You might be right.
Oscar Will Smith helped.
Hey.
He helped the creator get the new series off the ground, but he did not create it
He
at all.
helped the creator, but he's not part of it at all or doing.
Yeah, he ain't got nothing to do with it. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
he'll be getting some money, man.
Heck yeah.
He probably did for helping. But yeah, it's like it does. It's like it's all the way because when they first started talking about Bel Air, when the show started coming out and the commercials came out, Will already said like, "Yo, that has nothing to do with the old Bel Air show, like Fresh Prince. That had nothing to do with this. I have nothing to do with it."
Yeah, because it's more of a dramatic type of like different turn.
But it's dope. The show is dope.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
I haven't seen it yet, but by the way, y'all know like Beauty and the Beast, right? Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this reminds me, like y'all know like Belle, the main character.
Yeah.
Like she has, bro. Did you know that she has her own Jordan coming out? Like
I did not know about that.
Yeah, she got her own Jordans coming out. You know what they're calling them?
Oh boy.
Bel Airs.
I knew he was about to say that. The Bel Air Force. Dude, funny.
Yeah, I'm about ready to remove you from the whole entire thing. So let's go right here and hit you with your 3 icons right here, and then just remove.
Yeah, here, go right here.
Right.
He unveiled a fellow West Philadelphian and said they'll lace up a pair of great Jordan 5s for Jabari Banks. That's the dude who's playing Will Smith. So Will Smith found that guy. Yeah, he found him.
Okay, got you.
The acting, but he has nothing to do with the whole role and all that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought I had missed one with that. I was about to say.
Yeah, he found him. Yeah, because he's from Philly. The dude from Philly,
he's from West Philly too. He's from West Philly too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's really cool.
Dope.
Yeah, he's really good in the role.
Yeah, I like him. I like every character on that show.
Me
Even
too.
Jeffrey. I like all of them.
I remember they said early on that the dude played Carlson had a 5 head. I was getting weak.
Yeah, yo, I was kind of I wasn't liking this character. He had to grow on me because I'm like, yo, he's kind of whack for real. But yeah, he good now. He cool.
Me too. I liked him. I just didn't like the way they went about him at first.
Yeah, they had him on drugs and all that crazy stuff. He was really disrespectful to Will and all that. And I'm like, Get this clown out of
Carlton?
here, bro. No, he good. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Carlton
Carl.
and the Bel Air spinoff. Yeah.
In the Bel Air show, they had the way that they spent everything, bro. Like Ashley Gay, or kind of like Gay for real on the show. They spent that. Hillary can actually cook, and she real big on the social media and stuff like that or whatever. Jeffrey is like one of them ones. Like he could put cats down, cats
Yup.
get killed. Jeffrey is one of them. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Master Phil, he's cool. The wife is cool. Will is cool. Carlton is, Carlton's like he got a lot of white friends, so he do a lot of white stuff. It's crazy, like yo. But the show is fire. Jazz is dope. Jazz is cool, and
Jazz
Jazz and Hillary is
fire, bro.
actually in a
He remind me of
relationship.
my homie Keyshawn.
Yeah, and Jazz and Hillary is actually in a relationship on the show too.
Yep. Which is a
So, yeah,
which is a contrast because in the original Bel Air, she did not like him.
at all. Yeah, that's what I'm
She did
saying. That's
not
why I'm
like
like,
him.
yo, this is pretty dope, man. This is dope. Yeah, dope how they did it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yep. The acting on there is really good too.
Definitely.
They brought in Marlon Wayans to play his father.
Oh yeah, the dad. Yeah, crazy.
Okay, now he's spoiling. I don't want to say no more because Red he probably might want to check it out.
Yeah, you gotta see it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, what shows we be watching, you guys, man? What we be watching? You know what I mean?
I
Like
watch
these.
it. I watch Snowfall. I watch BMF. I
sir.
watch Ghost. I watch Bel Air. I watch what's that football show? American. What's it called? All American.
All American.
Really good. I
Yes,
like that.
sir.
I like
Yes, sir.
that. Snowfall. BMF. BMF. Power. Ghost.
You watch
Bel
Raising
Air.
Kanan and Force?
Raising Canaan. Yep, that one. Yeah.
Raising
Yeah,
Kanan hard.
I just
all
been
50
tapping in on him because I like 50 Cent's pen, man. 50 Cent is a really dope writer when it comes to that.
He's putting
And then
together really good.
BMF, yeah, and then the BMF cats that be linking all that stuff together, and then Snowfall with Franklin Saint and all that. I'm like, it's just a dope. It's dope. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
these new black actors are fire, bro. These young kids is dope, man. These
Yeah.
kids is dope.
You know the dude who plays the main character who plays Franklin in Snowfall, and the guy who plays Spencer, I forget his name. I think his name is Daniel Ezra. Yeah, Daniel
Yeah,
Ezra. They're both British,
yeah, yeah,
which is crazy to me.
yep. And I think they got they look from Idris Elba.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think he the one that plugged them in. I think he's the one that plugged them in. I mean, I think they did everything else on their own, but I think he's the one that plugged them in because he's from over there too.
I believe that. I would believe that for sure.
Yep. Every time I watch an Idris Elba joint, I be forgetting that man ain't from here because he got English so
I
down
know.
pat.
I
You
know.
can't even tell. But when he talk
Mhm.
regularly, he sounds so British. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts.
All right,
It's so
Rel.
backwards for me.
What shows you got, Real?
Hello, man.
What you just say?
I actually don't watch TV. I actually don't watch TV. Like
I know.
I'm not trying to sound like
that same way.
Sure.
Yeah, bro. When I watch stuff, like I watch YouTube, and I kid you not, bro, I watch sermons constantly. I don't know why. I really enjoy listening to sermons. I listen to sermons and I listen to books
Okay.
Wow.
on YouTube.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, I used to be that guy who didn't watch stuff, but I start seeing in my writing that since I ain't watching nothing and I really ain't doing nothing but working, my pen ain't elevating. So I'm like, let me try to go and watch something and see what's going on in the streets without actually being in the streets. And this show is actually showing me some stuff that I could actually write about or tell you about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I'm tapping in on some of them joints because I'm I'm around so many cats that's in the streets out here, but I don't even want to be around them. So I'm like, all right, well, let me watch this show and get from their standpoint of how they doing whatever, and see if I could flip the game that way. Because other than that, I don't watch TV like that either. If I'm watching TV, I'm watching Martin, Fresh Prince, Bernie Mac, Everybody Hates Chris, stuff like that. Like it got to be funny. I ain't watching nothing next night. Or the cooking shows. I'll be watching them cooking shows now too. Heavy.
Yeah, I feel you.
They can have cooking competition.
So I watched everything you just said to BZ, but I also incorporate like from time to time. Of course, I watch my reaction channel from time to time just to get critiques and see where I can improve on getting better with. Listen to my guy Real Roddy, the podcast. It's been real. If I want to listen to a podcast, I go from like him to KB to maybe something along with Flame and The Truth. They got a podcast together.
Yeah.
I listen to
dope.
wrestling podcast, Busted Open, Talk is Jericho, AEW Unrestricted. I listen to a podcast, and then I also like watch wrestling related videos on YouTube. So sub to my guy who talks about wrestling reviews, just Alex. If not doing that, I am going to watch wrestling content from different, wrestling companies. If I'm not doing that as well, once again, I go ahead and watch your shows. To follow up, I also watch shows back to back like Boondocks from time to time. I watch Boondocks. I watch Martin, Fresh Prince.
I'm the man.
Yes, sir. Martin. Yeah. Watch that. I watch anime. And then if I want to go back to like some crime related shows too, I enjoy watching Ozark. And then I'll get into watching Breaking Bad from time to time, which I love that show, bro. I've already finished everything. Huh?
So that's a lot of TV watching.
I don't watch it all the time, but this is like from time to time, every now and then. I just watch it, depending on my mood today.
Yeah,
might be some Naruto, might be some Dragon Ball Z. It really just depends. And if not watching all that, I'll definitely watch a Christian movie from time to time. Maybe something like a sermon to your saying, or just listen to music like from different genres. So that's really what I'd be doing.
Gotcha. God.
Where did Beezy go?
Right. I just noticed that he's not here.
He'll be back.
Who needs
He'll
it?
be back.
I got on my phone charger. You know how that go.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Man, give me one second. I'm about to go ahead and open some air from my dorm. Yes, sir.
Yo, Bees, man, where you at, bro?
Where you at, Beezy?
Where you at, bro? Yeah, baby. Where you at, baby? Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
That's Rel doing his New Orleans accent, you guys. He thinks from New Orleans. He think he's Lil Wayne Jr.
Yeah, baby.
we're gonna be like sorrow.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, whoa. All right.
Yeah, whoa.
You heard me? Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Man, I think everybody can't hear him. You heard me? I said, you heard me?
You heard me? They be saying you heard me all the time.
Bro, I really can't find my phone charger. I think it's in the car, and I do not want to go get it.
Yeah, and you be leaving the people around here all by myself.
Real.
Everybody gone except for Josiah. Josiah still wants to rock with it.
Right. Ebony's still on here.
I know. Where's Eb?
I don't know.
For guys that don't know, we got another sister, in the group of the live outlet. Her name is Ebony Brown. That's our sister, man. And right about now, she is having some technical difficulties, I think, of not joining the live outlet. But we will have her. Whether it is today or it will be coming very soon. Just know she will be here at some point. Yes, sir.
Send somebody a text to my computer.
Yeah, got it. Hold on. Did I get notification?
Huh?
I don't know. I thought I got a notification or something.
No, not from me.
Okay. Well, Rail, man, let's get into some podcast talk before he gets back here, and he can probably chime in on what he thinks about our podcast separately. Hopefully, if he listens to my podcast, I don't know. Rail, tell me or tell the audience here, as long with me as I'm the viewer watching along with the audience, how did It's Been Rail come together? I want to say the year was what, 2017?
No. 2019.
2019. Got you.
Mm-hmm. So what happened was it started way back when I was ordained to be a pastor in Ohio. And I'll be honest with you, man. I'm giving you the whole story.
Sure.
So when I started pastoring I was about your age, bro. About your age. Start pastoring at my church. I would preach every first Sunday or something like that. And I grew over time, and I feel like God perfected my calling, if that's the best way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
But I never. It was always something in me, like the pulpit isn't for me.
Okay.
Like preaching, right? And so I remember like doing a lot of, after preaching behind the pulpit a lot, I started doing Facebook Lives. Especially like when Live came out and people weren't able to go to church. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when it came, like the live thing started to happen, like back in like 2015ish, something like that. I started doing Facebook Lives. About me?
Yeah, on
live?
Facebook. Yes.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I followed you
so
and everything like that. But yeah, I would get that. Yup.
Yeah, that's love, bro. So I think that was like the like doing ministry online a little bit. And I did that for a few years, doing Facebook Live every week. And I remember this one, and the time went on. I did it every week for years. Moved to Texas, 2019. I remember this day. I remember sitting on my couch, and I said, "I don't want to go live today. I want to record this sermon and just post it on YouTube."
Okay.
And that was the first It's Been Real episode. And it's funny, like when God gives you stuff, it just comes. I was like, I don't feel like going. I'm just record this, and I'm gonna call it the It's Been Real podcast, and I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do that, and it just started coming, right?
Yeah.
Like I started just uploading videos, horrible quality, no microphone, no nothing. Start uploading videos on Facebook and YouTube and stuff, calling it.
Yeah, you used to have your rolls and your coffee.
Have my comfort of my home, sales my signal. I may bring it back, bro.
Right.
But I remember then afterwards I followed this young lady I went to high school with. Her name is Gabby, and she had a podcast at the time. And I was like, yo, this is like, it was like professional, like on Spotify. Mm-hmm. Yo, man, like, how did you do this? And then she gave me like how to get my stuff on Spotify. And then that's when I bought a mic and actually started to upload actual podcast episodes. And it's just growing ever since, bro.
Yeah, bro. That's fire, man.
Thank you.
I love that origin. I love that origin story. That's really, wow. It's so many layers to all of that, bro. And I feel like that was, like, once again, beautifully said, bro. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For me, the King Life podcast was introduced in one of the most unconventional of ways. I can say that for me. So actually, it began last year for me. So, and for those that don't know, once again, if I had to keep on reminding people, no, I'm just joking. I have a YouTube channel under my name, Josiah Willis, where I do music reactions, I do trailer reactions, I do reactions all across the board, right? So, long story short, fast forward to, I want to say August of 2022, I meet with this guy, name is Anthony Lombardo. We were doing rock climbing that day, and I was with my friend Colin. It was over the first week we had came back to college, as a matter of fact. And we went to rock climbing. I asked him if he wanted to go Saturday, and we can hang out. They had this thing on campus, go to the student union, where we had this game called bingo. You win prizes. I said, you want to do that? He said, sure. We didn't end up playing no bingo, but we did end up playing pool, and then we went towards rock climbing. And from there, that's where I met Anthony, once again, Lombardo, who would end up becoming instantly a good friend of mine. Me and him both go for a major in theater studies. We both go for acting. Both very passionate, both taking it very seriously. And from there, I want to say about the following week, I tested him. I hit him up on social media. I asked him if he wanted to do reactions on my YouTube channel. And he said, yeah, sure. So we do about, I want to say 2 reactions. One was a rock reaction, and then the other was a reaction to Roy Ayers' Ubiquity. My life, my life, my life, my life. The sunshine. You know what I mean? We did that. Everybody loves the sunshine. We do that record, and we give our honest taste over it. And from there, he was like, bro, you got a really good following, strong on YouTube channel. How about you go about doing a podcast? And I'm like, nah. I said, no, I don't want to do a podcast. Like, bro, no one knows who I am. I'm not that big. Yes, I got some subs, but I'm not that. Huh?
So you doggone right. Don't nobody know who you are. Lame. No, I'm playing.
Right. But the notoriety to me wasn't kicking to some degree for me. I just felt like I wasn't, known for everybody. But he was like, bro, you got a really good following. Stop it. Just go for it. And he kept pushing. And one of the things I will admit about Anthony that I've grown to love about him is that he is very tenacious, and he will keep pushing to see if he can do better, and he will not stop. He's one of those guys who are like a go-getter and wants to continuously do things and keep going. But we've come a long way. It went by so fast. Like, it's crazy. And so I told him, I said, okay, if I do this King Life podcast thing with you, bro, you have to join me on this one. Mm-hmm. And he said, okay. And I kid you not, real, we recorded 2 episodes that same day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just like that, bro. Just like that. It was crazy. Like, I'm like, what? Like,
hey,
and tell this guy.
And tell him, where's your podcast stream?
Say again.
Where's your podcast being played?
At a rail station at my college.
That is dope.
WWSU Radio.
That is dope.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Wait, bro. Matter of fact, we recorded in areas. You want to talk about like how it was rough for you, bro. We couldn't even show. We still don't have we haven't shown our faces quite yet, but we recorded in areas where we was at a lounge room, and you could hear the air conditioning vent, and our voices both sound rough, and there's an echo or something going on in the effects. So it wasn't not perfect either, but we gotta come far somehow.
That's facts, bro. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's dope, bro, because like what you say, it just reminds me of that scripture. Your gift will make room for you. Mm-hmm. Like, you had no intention to start a podcast, but because you have the gift to do such great reactions, it opened up the door for you to get to do something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's like a perfect example on what like that scripture means, man. Like that's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro. To me, it's still surreal. Like, I'm like, bro, I have a reaction channel, I have a podcast, and now I'm going for another podcast, even though we're not labeling it as such. Me and you actually talked this over personally. But yeah, we're just known as the live outlet. There won't be no podcast editor. It is a podcast, but it can be more than just a podcast. This is more of a brotherhood, a group talk, a session. It can be anything you want it to be. So there's no labels. We're not being put under a box.
That's facts, bro. That's facts. I love it. I love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
By the way,
Say that again.
There's still no Beezy.
Still no Beezy. He's saying all this much. He might come back. You know how Beezy is. He'll come, and there's moments where he don't show up. He'll be like, "Oh, it was my phone," but it's like he had to take that about hours. He takes hours to explain himself. But no, it's all love. It's
BZ,
all
BZ
love.
takes hours.
Huh?
You saying BZ takes hours?
He be taking them hours, man.
That's hilarious.
Them hours. Yes, sir. Driven by the power.
Hey, bro, did you hear today's podcast?
The Believe in Yourself, right?
Yeah.
No, I did not. But I have listened to Anger and Go.
You have to listen to Believe in Yourself for a reason, for a good reason.
I believe you.
You have to listen to it, bro.
Yeah.
Like you got, oh man, you got to listen to it.
Am I being put in a joke, or am I talking about alone with the group?
You just got to listen to it, bro. You just got to listen.
Okay. All right. Okay, for sure. I'm definitely curious. I'm definitely going to tune into it once I am done with this, for sure.
Hey, I want to ask you something, bro, before we hop off.
Yeah.
What made you become a Christian, man?
Seriously? Well, that's an interesting question. I don't know if I became let me see. Did I become a Christian? I'll say I've always been born and raised as one. It was like one of those situations where you was kind of like born into it. And it's like when people get born into Jewish religion or Catholic religion or whatever religion they're accustomed to being born into. That's what you're born in sometimes too. It's not just, oh, I became a Christian because this miraculous event happened to me in my life. So for me, it was always the seeds have been planted, the foundation rooted like deep. So amongst my family, I would say most of us, if not all of us, are believers. We're not perfect, but we're believers for sure. Like we had that foundation.
So let me rephrase the question.
For sure.
So what was it that was like, all right, I was raised to be Christian, but what made you as a man say, I follow Jesus? Like this is real. Like I know that this is the way that I should go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if we raised to do a lot of things, but a lot of things fall off in our lives. Like as we get older and time goes on, like what made you stay a Christian? Like, yo, I know Christ is real.
I remember constantly when I was in school. I want to say this is when I moved over to third grade. Like, remember how I mentioned to you before? Like, I sometimes can.
My feet are
not say that I am. What are you going to say?
Say my feet are cold. I put a blanket on my.
Or to warm it up more so. When I think I remember being in third grade, and I remember I felt like probably before I watched the Karate Kid. I never forget my mama when I turned 8, and I had Christmas around 2008. We got the Karate Kid DVDs, like all 3-pack. It came in this and everything like that. And I remember watching Dan LaRusso, and you remember early on in the first scenes, like him and his mom are pushing his car, and he's about ready to go into a new, different city or state, and he definitely is now he has to make new friends. That was kind of like my same similar, I would say, trajectory when I came towards the third grade. Once I moved over to the third grade, and we had moved into a new house, and I went to the school called Pleasant Ridge Montessori, because I never forget it. It was one of the schools, to me, by far the worst school I ever attended. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Because I went through so much, like, not to say it was also hell, but it was hell, you know? And that's when I went into bullying. I got into, getting bullied. That's where the bullying had started happening around that time. And I had to fend for myself a lot. So I remember my mama telling me, I remember asking my mom, like, why do people not like me? What is it that I do to people to where they want to fight me, to where they want to cuss me out, to where girls don't even like me, and I'd be attracted to some of them, but they don't like me at all, right? And my mom used to tell me all the time, Josiah, you have to understand, like, when you're a believer in, when you a believer in Christianity, you gotta understand some things to where you don't fit in within this world. Like, we live in this world, but we're not of it. I was told that, right? And then she used to tell me things that this used to really annoy me, real. And I'm gonna share this for the first time ever. she used to say to me all the time, "You're persecuted for Jesus' name's sake."
That's what your mom said?
Yes, you're persecuted. It's because you're persecuted.
Mm-hmm.
And I would not get what that mean. It used to bother me because she would say it to me all the time. And Mama, if you ever hear this, I love you, so I appreciate you now telling me this. But back then, I used to be super annoyed of that. I felt like I need to fit in. Yeah, like right. Like I was
persecuted for Jesus.
to get on my nerves, man. I used to not like that, bro. I used to get tired of hearing that because I didn't get what it meant. Keep in mind, like once again, 8, 9 years old, not understanding it. So it took a while. But once I got around, I want to say 11, 12, 13, I became a lot more wiser. And I would like to get, more knowledgeable about things. I would read things. I would listen to my mom when she would give lectures towards me and my brother. Like she just talked with us about life lessons and stuff like that all the time. So when I say so much, it's because of listening to so much from growing up with my mom. Like, so I remember, I'm trying to think. I remember eventually coming to know what that meant. I don't know what situation it happened, but I remember getting emotional about Jesus and being told how much he had died for our sins and how much he had did this, and how much he had did that, and realizing what does that really mean. And I used to be fascinated with that. Fascinated to the point where I would love to read the Bible and read up scriptures about the good things of God. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to me having to go through life, more and more life, to experience what it truly felt like. Mm-hmm. And so now I have a greater appreciation for that, bro. Yeah. And plus, when it comes to belief, because people always have this thing about belief. Can you believe in it? How do you know? How do you know? Well, for me, all I would just say is this: I'll keep it down to just one word: experience.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Period. Is experience. It's all about having that encounter with God or Jesus for yourself. It doesn't mean you have an encounter with God because you read a Bible or you go to church or someone around you is a believer. No, it takes more than that. It takes you knowing God, you knowing about Jesus for you to really believe. Because it takes, like, for instance, I'll take it a step further. The guy, they're going to do a film about George Foreman and his boxing career. And some years ago, George Foreman had this moment happen to him. I think he had like a collapse. And right there and there in that collapse, he met God. He decided that he wanted to change his life and get right with God and become a Christian. Mm-hmm. Everyone has that story, but there was no, I don't know if there was any seeds being planted with him when he come to know of Christ. He just followed Christ. But not once again, not everyone has that story.
Thanks.
But also, too, remember, God works in mysterious ways, and you will never, like, I was surprised when Kanye West decided he wanted to do Jesus is King, bro. In 2019, I was super surprised.
Bro, I was like, I think I actually went outside and started praising God.
Wow.
I was at work that day. I said, "Hold on, I gotta go outside, and I can't believe what I'm hearing."
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah.
That's how it works, man. That's just how it works. And once again, people can call it far-fetched and say what they want to say about it. It works for me, man. It has always worked for me in my life, man. When bad things happen, good things will come.
Facts.
You know what I mean? When people thought they got away with making fun of me during school and were laughing at me and making fun of me because of the way I look, because of what I wear or wear like that or wore, I remember just telling myself and reminding myself, I'm going to be something one day. And look at me now. I got a YouTube channel. People around here at college, I think I'm more respected and appreciated for my efforts when I'm here down here in college. I feel like I'm kind of like, I don't want to say popular, but I'm cool with everybody. I don't have no problems. There's no animosity.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man. I like that, bro, because I think that a lot of times, like how you said, most people have this miraculous story of they were out in the streets, got shot, sold drugs, was in prostitution, and then they gave their life to Jesus, and it's a big miraculous thing.
Yeah.
Some of us we've just been birthed into it and raised into it, but then even though you're born into something and you're raised into it, there still comes a time where you have that epiphany.
Yep.
It's in my opinion, man. Like for me, same story, bro. Like I was raised to believe in God. What I mean is, I don't know if you share the same story, but like I was raised to go to church.
Yep.
I was raised to know that there is a God. I was raised to know when bad things happen, pray, right? But I did not know what it was to be a follower of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what it was to like really be saved and not just say I'm a Christian.
Yep.
Right. And so like I went through all of that, bro. And then, raised, of course I believe I'm not an atheist. Of course I believe in Jesus, but not really. So when I met my my ex-wife, she was she was heavily connected with this family that was church, right? Like I met a and she was a pastor. Like when I met these people,
Mm-hmm.
that's when I started to see, okay, there's a difference between what I'm doing and what I was raised to believe versus like really living for God. And so when I seen the difference, I made a decision. I'm like, well, dang, bro, if I'm really a believer, if I say I'm a believer, like I'm gonna take it serious. So I started hanging around the church people, and people called me religious. My family thought I switched up, and people thought I changed the whole nine, bro. It's like I rededicated my life to God again. But then there came those trials in life, and those tests and those situations. That's like it's gonna test your faith.
Mm-hmm.
And like so, in other words, I started reading the word, not just for the simple fact of learning the word, but so that God can put his word to the test. It says that he watches over his word to perform it. It ain't just there for a novel. So read that he's Jehovah Jireh, he wants you to experience that.
Yeah.
And that's scary sometimes.
Yeah.
When he says that he's our healer, by his stripes we're healed, he wants you to experience that.
Yep.
You may go through something that may require you to be healed. You may
Mm.
go through hurt, not just cancer. You may go through some hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I went through all of that. Still am going through it. And I kid you not, this is what makes me be a 100% unchangeable believer to this day. I have not seen his word return to him void. Everything that the Bible says, I find it to be true.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like that's what makes me a believer, bro. It's a difference between like being raised to go to church versus really following Christ, bro. And I follow Christ because like he really is the living word, bro. Everything that he said, I see it coming into fruition.
Yes. And you know what it is though? It's like when people quote scripture, they'll quote the most famous scriptures, right? But the difference is they're not cliches. You ever know that? Like people say, and people be like, man, I don't believe it that, man. Love is at first sight, man. I don't believe it. No love at first sight, blah, blah, blah. You hear that all the time, right? And some people will say, I don't believe in that cliche. I don't believe in that cliche. When you read the word of God, that stuff comes to life.
Yes, sir.
Like when they say an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, that comes to life. When God says, vengeance is mine, I shall repay, that comes to life. When David says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff that comfort me.
Come on.
That comes to life.
Yes, sir.
Right? Like, so when it comes down to it, or even when you pray for people who are sick and people who are told they will never walk again, that comes to life. How do I know that? You ask, right? I had a friend. Excuse me, I had a friend. I said fan. I had a friend here at college, and I want to say this is my freshman year. Mm-hmm. And I asked him, I said, man, what got you back into your faith? Because he had a similar situation where he kind of like was believing in God, but then somewhere down the line, he kind of like fell off on his belief. Well, God knew what to do. God gave him a friend who was a believer himself, but strong in his belief.
Yeah.
And they were at a gas station somewhere one time, and there was this woman, and her leg was in pain, and she had this issue where her leg, where I think it looked a little funny. It looked bent. It wasn't like how your leg's supposed to look when you're going out and about. So she was talking about her issue, and he tells my guy to come over with her, and if he wouldn't mind praying for her. Now, keep in mind, he's hesitant at first. He don't know if he wants to do it, but he decides, all right, whatever. He prays for her, right? I kid you not, this is what he tells me. Her whole problem with her leg went not only away, but it was normal. It looked like it was abnormal. It went normal off of prayer alone, bro.
Come on.
So you can call it wizardry, you can call it whatever magical nonsense you wanted to categorize. Oh, that's this, oh, that's that. Listen, it's God's word, bro. It comes to life because it's real, it's authentic, and that Bible has existed for thousands and thousands of years for it to come to fruition. I don't want to hear nobody tell me, oh, God's not real, or God's not that. No. And I know I sound passionate talking about this, and keep in mind, it's all love. I love you guys who are listening to this, but I love God so much that I am willing to defend him and believe in him for the rest of my life and never, ever denounce him out of my faith. Period.
Beautiful, bro.
Yep.
That's real. That's real, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, so I guess in conclusion, I know we done talked about a lot of stuff, man, especially on here. We over an hour in, bro. But at least for this segment, bro, like for me, in conclusion, like I'm so glad to have gone through what I've been through in order to see the salvation of the Lord or see his word come to pass in my life.
Yes.
Because what it does, since I've seen him do it before, I know that he can do it again. So it gives me faith for my future. A lot of times, man, we wonder, God, why did I go through this? Why is life so hard? Why did this happen? Why did that happen?
Yeah.
If he didn't show you his saving power, you wouldn't have faith enough to believe in the tomorrow that you don't even see yet.
Talk.
In other words, you ever been in the position where it's like, I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know how I'm going to pass this test. I don't know how I'm going to blah, 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 blah. But I done been through so much in the past, and I seen him work so much in the past, now I can believe him for tomorrow. And that's why he said, take no thought for tomorrow, for today has enough trouble of his own. Because I hold tomorrow in my hands. You know this. You done been through what you've been through before. I taught you my saving power in the past. Now you can live the rest of your life in peace because you know how I get down.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never leave or forsake you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just good news. So, like, a lot of times atheists or non-believers will think that as believers, we try to convince them, come on over, you need to believe in Jesus. Like, no. Of course, we talk about salvation, and, hell and all that stuff. That's another conversation. We want people to be saved from hell. But as far as this life, I've seen with my own eyes, man, there's absolutely no way to live this life to its fullest and in peace without Jesus.
Yeah.
At all, bro. Without God, without the Holy Spirit, like I would have lost my mind, bro. And that's not a cliche testimony. I lost my mind if I did not have God in my life.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah,
So,
bro.
That's all I got, bro.
Yes, sir, man. Woo! We hit a lot. We hit a lot today for sure. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please do me a quick favor. That is to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe and share amongst your family, your friends, people you like, people you don't like, whomever. Enjoy this live outlet podcast session, whatever you want to call it. Me and Rail here share the live and show the Beezy. Shout out to our guy Beezy. We love him very much. Shout out to Ebony Brown. She will be here. We love her very much. But yeah, man, and shout out to you too, Rail. I love you so much, bro. Thank you so much for being a great blessing in my life, and I appreciate you wanting to do this and us being able to have these talks and do well, man. Yeah, for real.
Yes, sir. Love you too, man. It means a lot.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. So, oh yeah, and we're gonna go right in and plug in our social medias right quick. Follow me on Facebook at Josiah Willis, Instagram at King_Josiah1168, and at Twitter King Josiah168. You'll follow me on my social media from there. And Rail, you have yours?
Should I do it?
Should you?
All right, y'all can go ahead and follow Jesus. No. And keep following for it. I mean, you can follow me on Instagram at Rel Riley. That's RELLRILEY. You can follow me at a Rail Cut, also on Instagram. ARELLCUT, a Rail Cut. And please subscribe to the It's Been Rel podcast on Spotify, Apple, and you can watch some of my podcasts on YouTube as well if you subscribe on YouTube at Rel Riley. So much love, y'all.
Yes, sir. And please subscribe to my channels as well. My name, Josiah Willis, and he has a podcast. He ain't the only one who has a podcast. I have a podcast too. It's way better, by the way. Nah, I'm playing. It's all love, man. Hey, yeah, boo, boo. Nah, actually, Rail right about now is a seasoned veteran. I got to measure to his because he's one of the best to ever do it.
You doggone right.
Huh? Yeah,
you
thank
doggone right, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, sir. But also go ahead and sub my other channel is the King Life Podcast alongside my good friend and fellow co-host Anthony Lombaro. Our latest episode, Will You? Press the button. Check it out. Have fun. Alrighty. Gang. Live outlet. We is out. Alrighty.